Hello and welcome to MFS and the Hub. I'm Ross the Boss, and yeah, we're live talking waiver wire. We're here with Casey Vlad to the Bone Shinefold. He's actually in Pennsylvania, but he has all the guys you should pick up. We got bye weeks coming up. We got
it's a rough one for buys.
Middle of the season's almost there. Not quite, but it's getting there, Casey. So, Casey, it's been, it's like 40% done with the season, I would say.
Yep. We're into week 8.
What's the biggest? Tell me some of your favorite surprises that you see.
My favorite surprises
in fantasy football,
from
like
fantasy?
Jackson Dart, or
I think Jackson Dart has to be up there as a Giants fan, because we can't really be excited about the results of the real team. So we got to look at the fantasy team. Cam Scatterbo in the same vein there. How about Quinshon Judkins? Joe Flacco doing what he did for the Bengals. What did he target Chase 26 times or something like that?
Chase had like 16 or 17 catches.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. There's just the biggest letdown is, it seems, and I know we say this every year, but major injuries to major players are happening every week. We've had to deal with other injuries. Now we have Mike Evans with a collarbone, Nico Collins with a concussion, Jaden Daniels with a hamstring. I mean, it's crazy. Kendre Miller's out for the season, I think.
I mean, we got a lot of major. I mean, every week there's something's going on.
You had the Redskins and Tampa Bay end up playing without 4 of their top 5 receivers every week, it feels like.
And what's happening with Jaden Daniels wasn't 100% in that game either.
Well, now they're saying it's a hamstring, which for a mobile quarterback is definitely.
Yeah, look at Lamar Jackson. I mean, he hasn't played in 3 weeks.
And how bad is Miami? Like, we knew their defense was going to be rough, but offensively, they don't look like they're even trying anymore.
No, they look like a high school team, and the coach should be fired immediately. They're not coached well.
He's going to be a great offensive coordinator in this league. I don't think he's a good head coach.
No. And Miami's a team that's in disarray. The Jets are in disarray.
Did you see Woody Johnson called out Justin Fields?
Yeah, I don't think Justin Fields is starting this week. How about that?
I know. And it's not like they have a young quarterback they want to play behind him. They're throwing
Tyrod
Taylor out there. So
yeah. So as I mentioned, I mean, there's a lot of fantasy movement. There's a lot of guys. Our cover guy alone, I mean, Tez Johnson, he's going to be targeted. I mean, he's going to be one of the guys.
He's got to be. Mike Evans broke his collarbone. He's out for the season.
Yeah, season. Is it clavicle?
Chris Godwin's not back yet.
Is it clavicle, Casey? I know it doesn't matter, but was it his
the collarbone is your clavicle, the shoulder blade's the scapula.
Okay. So yeah, he broke his clavicle and collarbone, same thing, I guess.
No, they're different things, but they're the same thing. I thought you meant shoulder blade. Shoulder blade is different than your collarbone. Yep.
He's not going to have 1,000 yards this year, which is sad. But Casey, let's talk waiver wire. Who is your number one waiver? Who should I put in as my number one waiver wire request this week?
Well, first of all, let's acknowledge that there's no games for the Cardinals, Lions, Jaguars, Raiders, Rams, and Seahawks this week. There's 6 teams, so you're missing some big players. And when you look at the quarterback injuries, you have, is Brock Purdy going to be back? Is Jaden Daniels going to play? Is Michael Penix going to play? He hurt his foot.
Yeah.
So some people might be searching for a quarterback, and got to be honest, I kind of like Joe Flacco. He's going up against the Jets, so it's not really the best defense he's going up against, and he's shown that he's willing to just throw the ball.
I mean, he chucks it. I mean, he's a guy that will throw 40 times a game. The Bengals running game, I know they looked pretty good last week against Pittsburgh, but they're not very good.
It does. Bucky Believer, thanks for the comment. Thanks for joining the show. Tom Brady or Joe Montana in week 8. The waiver wire is very thin. That's why Joe Flacco's around the same age. He's only a couple years younger than Tom Brady, I think. So that makes a lot of sense. I'm going Tom Brady. What about you? Neither of them run enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with Tom Brady too, just because he was throwing up some unbelievable stats.
So I like Joe Flacco, the quarterback. On the running back side, I think somebody to target who people aren't thinking of is Devin Neal, the rookie running back for New Orleans. Kendra Miller's out for the season. And let's be honest, Alvin Kamara just doesn't look like he can play anymore. He looks like a shell of himself. I think Devin Neal's going to get brought in. They're going to see what they have with him, and he could be a sneaky pickup. If you're a DeAndre Swift owner, I think your top pickup has to be Kyle Monangai, the rookie from the Bears, because, I mean, he is getting work and he's being effective with that work. And I think it's going to go forward. I think Ben Johnson is a brilliant coach. He realized what he had with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's trying to do the same thing with DeAndre Swift and Monangai. And let's remember, Montgomery just scores touchdowns every week. And so I think Monangai can be the same kind of player. So he's a big pickup for me too.
How about that tight end for the Chargers that had like 11 catches?
Oronde Gadsden.
Gadsden, that's it.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Oronde Gadsden of the Chargers? He had 7 catches for 164 yards and a touchdown against the Colts last week.
Yeah, I mean, look, one of the things fantasy managers have to be aware of, or have to be wary of, might be a better way of putting it, is chasing last week's stats instead of when you're picking up players. Just because somebody had a big game last week doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen in the coming weeks. This is a guy who came out of nowhere. He only has 22 catches on the whole season, for crying out loud. Yesterday was a great week, but they still have Quentin Johnston. They still have Ladd McConkey. They still have Keenan Allen. That is a pecking order of pass catchers that's really, really deep. And so, yes, I think you could pick him up, and he might be the best tight end to pick up this week, although I think Cade Otton is probably better. Because could he be the focal point moving forward? Sure. He does have 3 games this year with 7 targets, but I worry about how much that can be a consistent thing because of the other pass catchers.
What do you do with a guy like Rashard Smith of the Kansas City Chiefs, who was out there a lot because the Chiefs blew out the Raiders? But, I mean, this guy's been getting receptions in the past. He has 3 catches in the last 4 games, at least.
Yeah, he had 5 catches this week. But
I mean, is it somebody that you would target, or just leave it alone? Just because so many people
with bye weeks, I think you have to consider it if you're hurt by byes or injuries. I don't trust any Kansas City running back. Let's be honest. And remember, in that game, Kareem Hunt got hurt early on with an ankle and didn't really see the field again. And so I think that's why Brashard Smith, I think Brashard Smith probably has the most juice of any of those running backs. I mean, Pacheco is just a bruiser who's going to get you 3 to 4 yards here and there. And Kareem Hunt is your grandfather's age and has a lot of tread off the tires. But let's be honest. They use Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice in as many running plays as they do their running backs. I think this is a wide receiver quarterback offense. Although I think, as much as it pains me to say it, Patrick Mahomes has put himself back into the MVP conversation.
Totally. I mean,
especially with Tampa Bay struggling.
Mahomes is like the favorite right now. I don't know if you know that. I mean, Mahomes is having.
Oh no, I don't know that. I just know.
He's the favorite. I think it was Baker before the game, but after the game, he's no longer the favorite. A horrible game. A tight end that I like, not because I'm a Bengals fan, just because Joe Flacco loves the tight end, is Noah Fant of the Bengals.
He had a good game.
He's barely owned in any of the leagues, and Flacco goes to the tight end. I mean, he does. That's what he does the best. Is when he gets in trouble, he looks at the tight end and he'll wing it to him. So if you're looking for a tight end,
I love the comments coming in. Toxic Timmy, who do you like more rest of season, Andrew Luck or Kadarius Toney?
Andrew Luck is actually he's the coach over at Stanford.
He's the athletic director at Stanford.
Athletic director. No, he has some weird title. It's like
I don't know.
It's something, whatever it is. I mean, congratulations to him. They beat Florida
I'm a
State.
Giants fan, so I could never pick Kadarius Toney because he was the worst, one of the worst first-round picks in the last 10 years.
He was.
If you're looking at wide receivers, You mentioned Tez Johnson, who obviously has big shoes to fill, but he's going to fill a role that Baker Mayfield desperately needs. So that gives him instant value. But Nico Collins got concussed and left the game on Monday night. So the chance of him being ready for a Sunday game against San Francisco is low. Christian Kirk didn't play because of a hamstring issue. We already talked about Jaden Higgins, the rookie. But what about his rookie teammate, Jalen Noel?
Yeah, but tell me about him. A lot of people are talking about Noel. I mean,
well, he seems like the next man up for them. I mean, he's got kind of that slot build or that slot repertoire in terms of his receiving skills. Christian Kirk is not playing. They lost Nico Collins. He's going to need pass catchers. Jalen Noel was a fourth round pick, I believe. I think they took one in the third and one in the fourth, or one in the second and one in the fourth. I think you're going to see the two rookie teammates from Iowa or Iowa State. I forget, where did they go to college? I'm blanking.
Some weird school. Keep going.
I think you're going to see both of them get some run there against San Francisco.
I agree, 100%. Let's talk running backs. I'm going to mention some running backs. You tell me yay or nay for waiver wire. You ready?
Okay.
We'll just do. So Bam Knight, what do you think over in Arizona?
Oh, yes. I would say yes to him.
Somebody that caught a touchdown last night late, but if you had him in fantasy, congratulations, is Woody Marks. I'm skeptical on him. I don't think Houston's line is that good. They don't really run the ball that well in Houston. I'll call them Houston. I know the Texans, whatever. But, what's your thoughts on Woody Marks?
I mean, as far as if you want a piece of the Texans backfield, he's the guy you want. I mean, well, we're not even sure if we're ever going to see Joe Mixon. We haven't heard about him in forever. And Nick Chubb is clearly doesn't have it anymore. So, I mean, they're going up against, who are they playing this week? Let me see. They're going up against San Francisco, not the easiest team to run on, but I would certainly look at them. Bam Knight I like because they're going up against Dallas. I mean, they're 29th in the league against running backs. So
we talked about stashing running backs because so many running backs get hurt during the year. What's your thought on if he's available? If you have room on your bench, would you stash Tyler Algier, or would you not?
I might even play him this week. To be honest, I think he's a flex play this week. He's going against Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, Bijan Robinson is going to put up the numbers. We know that this game could easily be so well in control that they're not giving Bijan a full workload, and that means Tyler Algier. Do I expect him to get more than 40 or 50 yards? No, but I think he could sneak in a touchdown pretty easily. And if he can get you 11 or 12 points, that's definitely a flex play. So not only would I want him on my, would I want to pick him up if he's available, I might even consider starting him in my flex this week.
Now, some running backs that I've been stashing just because, we're in October and a lot of injuries happen and running backs get banged up. I get it. But I like Brian Robinson of the 49ers. I think that's a good stash right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't wish any ill on McCaffrey, trust me.
But as everybody knows, he's 3 carries. He's at all times, he's 3 carries away from a hamstring or calf or some soft tissue injury.
I mean, and then the other running back I've been stashing too, I just feel he's going to be the number one back soon, is Trayvon Henderson over in New England.
He had a half a point for me last week, though.
I know.
In my dynasty
I'm not
league.
saying start him today, but I just feel Stevenson's going to get benched. I think that Stevenson's just.
I don't know. New England is playing well, and they seem to like Stevenson, what he's given them. So I agree with you. I think Trayvon Henderson probably has better upside than Stevenson, but until they show that they're concerned about Stevenson, it has to be a deep bench. Somebody I would stash, though, is Trey Benson if I had an IR spot and he's available, because he'll be back in week 10. And when he comes back in week 10, he's going to be the number one over Bam Knight and Michael Carter there in Arizona. So that would be somebody I would look to stash.
Somebody else that I like receiving wise, Casey. We didn't talk receivers that much, but Christian Watson of Green Bay. I know Wicks is kind of banged up. I don't know if he's playing this week. Christian Watson is healthy, and I know that they like throwing him the ball in Green Bay. So if you need a receiver this week, which you probably do because of the 6 teams that are not playing, I have Christian Watson, I have Tez Johnson up there as my top receivers you should pick that are under 50%.
I'll throw one more name out there, and that's Troy Franklin of Denver. They're going against Dallas this week.
Ooh,
and
it's going to be 100 points in that game.
The Cowboys are number 2 in most fantasy points allowed to opposing receivers. Their 2 starting cornerbacks who each, I read this today, who each have $90+ million contracts, do not have one interception or pass deflected yet this year. Neither of them have touched the football in the game of play. That's amazing.
Some players that I'm like dropping or just I'm done with. Jerry Jeudy, top of the list. If you have Jerry Jeudy, you can waive him for somebody else. I think it's a waste of space. I don't see him having it. I don't see him doing it.
Well, I think Tua's probably top of that list too.
Tua's up there. And I also think Hollywood Brown, I wouldn't want him on my team anymore.
Well, he had a touchdown last week.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's not getting any value.
But Calvin Ridley's probably droppable at this point.
Oh, how bad is that offense?
So Keon Coleman might be droppable. There's a bunch.
Yeah. So Jackson Dart's at Philly. Do you feel that's a good start this week for Jackson Dart or not?
Let's see. Well, it depends. Sam Darnold's not available. Matt Stafford's not available. Jared Goff's not available. Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence.
Is Andy Dalton starting this week?
Andy Dalton, I was going to say he's kind of a sneaky little streamer play there for the quarterback because he actually makes more sense from a fantasy perspective, I think, than Bryce Young. And they're going against Buffalo, so it could be a shootout.
How old is Andy? I remember when he was the Bengals quarterback back in the 80s.
He's 37 years old.
Okay. 37. Okay. Didn't know.
Yeah. When he was back in the 80s, he was 27. But he and Joe Flacco.
How about this game next week, Casey? This week, Aaron Rodgers is playing Green Bay.
I know, in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh. That should be interesting. Tua is at Atlanta. I think Tua is just going to get destroyed in Atlanta. Horrible.
I think you're going to see Quinn Ewers by week 10. I just think Tua is going to be benched. There's no reason to keep him in there. I think
Dylan Gabriel, the Cleveland quarterback, he's at New England. New England's good.
New England is a good team. I don't want to play Ramondre or Travion this weekend against that Browns run defense, but man, they're a good team. I love Drake May.
Defenses real quick, then we'll go. Casey, Indianapolis is playing Tennessee. Of course, I like the Colts defense against Tennessee. Tennessee's in shambles. Their offense looks horrible.
Yeah, you got the Falcons against Miami is another good one.
Buffalo at Carolina.
And the Buccaneers against New Orleans.
Andy Dalton is, I don't want to talk bad about him, but I will. He's like an interception machine.
Yeah, but I definitely love if I was a Tetaroa McMillan owner, because he's just going to throw it at Tetaroa, kind of the way Michael Penix does to Drake London.
Legette. How about
Legette
him?
Had a good game. He had a good game.
I know. And then Tampa Bay's at New Orleans.
Yep.
That should be interesting. And then the Bengals defense against the Jets. I wouldn't mind starting the Bengals. I think the Jets are in shambles too.
The Jets are a pretty bad defense, pretty bad offense, but I can't start the Bengals. I can't start their defense. I love you, Ross. Houday, I'm a fan of you, not the Bengals defense.
I get it. Okay, so another matchup I'm excited. The Giants are playing Philadelphia. Barkley has been mediocre at best this year. He's not having a great year. I don't want to hear, he's the best. He's not. Fantasy-wise.
Look, you touch the ball however many carries and touches in a year. The next year, you're never that good.
No, and he had like
I think 500 or 400.
He hit the ball 18 times last week.
Yeah.
And he did not look like he was the same player last year. He's not. and hopefully Derrick Henry gets
unfortunately,
back.
my fantasy team went up against Devonta Smith last week, so that was fun.
Yeah, exactly. Casey, anything else you want to add before we leave?
Nope.
You
I'm
look
getting
nice with the
excited.
tie. I like the tie look. You look good. Very professional.
Trying to keep it classy,
Very classy. Keep it classy in San Diego. I will see everybody Thursday, 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern, with Dr. Dan Ratner and Casey Scheinfeld. We'll all be together. And the World Series starts Friday. We'll talk a little baseball, I'm sure.
Yeah, Shohei all day again.
Did you know we have 49 days in a row of college or pro football? Did you know that?
No, somebody said that. Yeah,
We have
somebody.
I saw conferences today.
I saw a Twitter exchange where somebody said in golf terms explained to me what Shohei just did, and the guy said he shot a 62 at Oakmont, playing 12 holes right-handed and 6 holes left-handed. Like that's the equivalent of what he was able to do with his 3 home runs and
he
his
only
pitching.
struck out 10 and only gave up 3 hits. And,
if he's not the best of the last 50 years, I don't know who is.
No, so. I mean, I don't know who's. I mean, I don't know who's better.
All right, Ross.
Okay, so have a good day. I will see everybody Thursday. Thanks for watching.